Vanda Vaya. Why isn't this working?
My bell icon just came up.
We're Gucci. We're a go. We are a go.
A go, like as an a-go-go?
Something about a no-no or whatever. Why is it so tiny?
Is this really episode 64?
It is, man.
Crazy,
we're
man.
Getting old. I don't think my computer knows what the fuck it's doing. Oh my goodness! Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I pull the plug, that guy?
Pull the plug.
Just do it.
Come on, be a Nike dude and just do it.
Just do. Remember that? Oh, I got overlay of green screen of just Shia LaBeouf going. You know, his like,
do it.
Yeah. I haven't found a use for it, but I have it.
We have it, just in case.
Just in case.
Well, you never know. It could be one of those things like, oh, you know what we need to do before we leave tonight? We need to discuss it next week. You need to weigh and I need to weigh.
Yeah.
Because I think the
I'm probably going to be
doctor's
wearing a
office
dress.
was wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah. And when it's time to wear that dress, you know what we can do?
Wearing almost legal podcast
We can put
dress?
Shia LaBeouf on it. You do it. Just do it.
I'll be wearing like a LED monitor on my chest. 3. We're about to go live. We're about to go live.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please welcome.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen,
Please welcome.
Are you ready?
And welcome to the Almost Legal Podcast. This is, I'm not going to talk like it for the rest of the show, but mainly, I'm going to talk like this.
Just because we
How are
can.
you? Welcome to this week's episode. Today, I'm joined by Chris Emmerke as
What's up?
usual.
What's up? Please bring your seats to the upright position.
Yeah, ignore
Keep your fat
my
seatbelts
struggling
fastened.
right now.
Keep your seatbelts fastened.
So last night, local 8U, right?
Hey, the bomb squad.
The Bomb Squad, which surprisingly, actually, I'll get into that later. They won the state championship. My nephew, I'm proud as heck, hit a absolute bomb.
MVP.
Walk-off triple. He's MVP of the whole tournament.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I'd like to say I'd give you details, but I wasn't there because I'm a terrible uncle, apparently. But
Some of us actually watched it live.
I was at the gym.
Oh, well, I wasn't. I watched it live. It was an incredible game. They wound up winning the game 9-1. I mean, they didn't just win. They smashed
Let's
it.
rewind back to, what was that? The tournament Chelsea hosted? The Bonanza.
The Summer Sizzler.
Summer Slizzler.
The Sizzler.
That same team, would you look at them and say they're going to win state?
I know, but it was the same two teams in it. What was
Right.
crazy is all the way out there in Scottsboro.
Scottsboro?
Yeah.
Why do you say in Scottsboro?
Because they were calling it, the people in the booth that we were watching it live on were calling it Chelsea all night. So I finally said, well, where's this game taking place? And the guy said, he said, well, this is in Scottsboro. So I typed in Scottsboro.
Scottsboro.
The guy goes, some girl goes, he misspelled that. And the guy goes, oh, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No,
he knows
didn't.
exactly
He knows
what
exactly
he's
what
doing.
he's saying.
He's knowing exactly what he's
But
doing.
it wound up being two local teams right here in Shelby County.
Shelby County.
It was Shelby County.
Columbiana, they have a
And
good squad.
Chelsea.
They have a good squad.
They had a great squad.
But no, I'm
good
saying,
teams.
go back to the Summer Sizzler. And
I know.
The Chelsea team that won.
I know.
Would you have said on that weekend that they're going to win state?
You know, and I'll say this, you know, a lot of times it takes making those minor adjustments.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you tweak the lineup, you tweak positions, you go
Well,
after it.
Who's hot win.
Well, and it's an emotional thing.
Because they hit like garbage in Chelsea.
Dude, they did not hit like garbage last night.
Well, I would assume so.
They crushed it.
Those are both good defense. When it's 9-1 and 8U, some defense going.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't care
about it.
how
Dude,
bad you're hitting.
There were times they had bases loaded, one out, turn the double. At one point, they turned a double play. The ball's hit to third. He tags third and smokes it over to first, no problem.
You know who's a ball player?
Who's that?
Was it Wembley? Is that his last
dude,
name?
yeah.
His son.
Absolutely.
He just looks like he already looks and he carries himself.
Well, he
that
comes from
swag,
it naturally. Let's be
right.
honest.
Yeah, naturally cool. Was that what you're saying?
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
absolutely.
No, naturally athletic family, but he just looks like he's like a professional baseball player. I mean, not his play,
8.
just the way he carries himself.
Like the way he walks onto the field.
Right.
I know.
He gets up on the
It's pretty
bat.
tight.
His yeah, it is what it is. But
Definitely shout out. And I'm assuming that they're going to go to the World Series. I'm not sure where that is.
right.
But the World Series is coming for those guys. So the Chelsea Bomb Squad, 8U, state champions.
Word. Cool beans.
Hey, and while we're thinking about it, everybody needs to go to YouTube and subscribe. If that's not where you're watching us, if you go to YouTube and subscribe, check out the Almost Legal podcast. When you're there, click on the bell icon. It'll notify you every single time we go live.
Yes, and we want some interactions. We're going to try some new things today.
We're going to try.
And we want to actually get some feedback. So if you could, that'd be great.
All we're asking is for about 4 minutes of your time. That would be greatly
Amazing. Also, we're going to get some of this out of the way. The billboard thingy is still going on where you take a picture in front of numbers of our billboards. Where are their billboards now?
We're now on I-65 North in Gardendale, I-65 South in Gardendale. And if you happen to be in the Strip in Panama City,
Take a picture.
take a picture, send it
The
to
easiest
us.
one's probably PC because you're probably walking anyway.
Probably.
And like I said, that might take a little bit more out of your time, but you get free concert tickets
Right.
and a sick ALP fanny pack. Which who wouldn't want an ALP fanny
I
pack
want
with ball
one.
wipes?
I want one.
Pickles or whatever the hell else we're
We're
gonna have.
going to
in
have
there.
all kinds of good stuff in that.
A bunch of crazy accoutrements. I don't think I use that in context, but it is what it is.
Either way, I like the fact that you could even say the word.
Accoutrement.
That's nice. Accoutrement.
Usually, it's from a movie where I said, I forgot what it was. It was a sexual accoutrements. But anyway, today will be a little bit different. We are going to be somewhat of doing an episode with like Josh and Chris react to the internet. We're just going to be going through some headlines and stuff that crazy things, funny things, big things going on in the world today.
And there's a lot going on.
Oh, there is. I'm not even gonna get the article / video of the. I might actually do it.
Which one?
In Louisiana, there's this. I don't want to say colony, group of people that they're like horse fetishes. They identify as ponies or something. They dress up as. I'll have to find it. I'll find it.
Okay,
for
now
you.
that's weird.
I'll find it for you.
But it's just as weird. There's like a whole sport with the hobby horse thing. Have you ever seen that?
Dude, don't you knock on hobby horsing.
Dude, that's the craziest thing I think I've ever seen.
I was number 6
In the country?
in the county.
In the
once.
county.
Yeah.
Hobby horse riding?
Yeah, there's only 7 of us. But
That's for folks who can't afford a real horse or have no place to keep one.
yeah, I don't think I would want to afford a horse. It seems like a lot of responsibility.
It is.
There's
And they
something
live for like
Well,
40,
yeah.
50 years.
Let's just talk about this hypothetical situation. Say I own a horse, right? And happen to own like a production studio. And there's like this guy who wants to be in a movie, and I don't want him to be in a movie. And these mob guys come and they tell me to put him in the movie, and I tell them I don't want to, and then they chop its head off and put it in my bed with me.
Yeah, that's not a good scenario, but it makes for a great movie.
Does it?
I've heard of
straight
that.
off the dome.
There's an idea.
Yeah, that was all my idea.
And we'll call the family the Corleones.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Did that sound good?
And if you're not following because you're super slow, that's The Godfather.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. There's some dumb people out there. You might not have known what we're talking about. And if you're insulted, good. You need
So, one thing I want to talk about real quick is the Thai soccer team, the kids that were stuck in the cave.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all out.
Did they finally get out?
They're out.
What did they do?
Well, they didn't use Elon Musk's mini sub
He made a mini sub.
in 30 hours and shipped it over there. Now it's right after they got out. Okay,
Can I repeat this?
yeah.
Can I repeat this?
Sure.
I'm going to be super heartbroken if it comes out he's a douchebag. I say that every
I
episode.
know you do, but what's bothering me now is
But he keeps doing stuff.
I know, but I read an article talking about what a super douchebag he is. Okay,
What?
Well,
How?
it's not that. It's not so much that. The gripe now is that he's like a minute too late on everything he's doing. Like,
Well, that's always been their stigma.
but at the same time, I mean, who else? I mean, and he had a tweet war with somebody, and somebody said something about him being a billionaire, and he tweeted back something about to the effect of, when you refer to somebody as a billionaire, it's a negative context because they feel like you're tying up monies that could be used for better things, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, some people said...
How do you say it about him, though?
Some people said, well, why didn't he just take the money that he was going to do and send it over there and fund this rescue operation? But to me, who else could build a sub in 30 hours and get it to Thailand?
Well, that's stupid. If that's really a thing, that's dumb. Money, that's bullshit.
I know.
You think these kids are stuck in there. The U.S. has already intervened. Do you think money's an issue? No,
of course
they just
not.
couldn't figure out a safe way to get these kids out.
Right.
Money's not an issue. That was just our taxpayers' money going somewhere else.
Right. It's never a money issue when it comes to stuff like that.
Then you're just getting into like the Clinton Foundation.
But to me, even with the naysayers out there, to me, I'm still that person like you that's going, dude built a sub and shipped it to Thailand in 30 hours.
Right.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Who else did that?
No one. Bezos is too busy whipping his slaves.
So during this tweet war, somebody made a comment about something, and now his next goal is to solve the Flint, Michigan water crisis.
No way.
He'll do that.
That is so... I just want to... That is so absurd that the Flint wash... That's still a thing.
Still a thing. It's 2014, dude.
How on earth in the United States...
With modern technology that we have, we've got pure... You probably have a water purifier in your house.
You know what's sad, though? Nestle and people like that are literally buying up all the world's water and using slave labor to bottle it.
Is that true?
That's honest, God's honest truth. Their corporate thing, they even brought them to trial. Excuse my language if I slipped that out. Their lawyers got them off of because they said it's too far removed. Literally, it's
from
too
what's
far.
going.
I'm not
the
even
company.
joking. From America, that they're
we don't control what happens overseas.
Yeah,
yeah, we do.
They literally on the bottles or made something. They're making them put it now to where like they can't
made with slave labor.
No, they say they can't say it wasn't.
Oh, so
that's their way of doing it.
Is omission a thing? You just don't say anything about it at all.
I don't know. It's sad. One of the world's number one abundance of whatever resource, water, is being. It's
but it's crazy to me.
I can't speak.
But it's crazy though. If you think about the Flint, Michigan issue, like you just said, I can't believe this is still going on. Okay, for a couple of weeks, when I've forgotten when the hurricane hit Houston. Mm-hmm. Okay, Budweiser quits bottling beer. Okay, and is instantly turning out just boo-koodles of water.
Well, yeah. Okay. But then you got other people, those douchebags, buying out all the water at the local stores and selling them for $100. Right?
I'm whooping somebody's butt.
I think Amazon was like that, too.
I'm whooping somebody.
No, it's water.
Right.
I'll just stab all that water just to spite you.
Right.
I'm thirsty as hell,
pouring
but
it out on the ground.
Have you seen This Is the End? Or Danny McBride, he's just pouring it all over him. It's an apocalyptic type deal with Seth Rogen in them. Yeah. No, but the first thing we will get into today, let me see if I remember these. Oh, cool. I remembered it perfectly. There's another Ebola outbreak, and who isn't recommended travel restriction?
That's the World Health Organization.
Ebola. What the hell? I don't know much about Ebola.
It seems like.
And I don't... so I don't want to poke fun of it, but I do know that everybody has Ebola has the amazing urge to get on a plane. Does it? Why is that?
Well, that's the crazy thing. It's that's so true though. It's when all of a sudden they're like, well, if you've been on or if you've flown to these countries or whatever, and you see them in the doctor's offices here, if you've been to such and such a place, let us know before we do tests and all. Why does everybody go, like you said, go to some foreign country? There's an Ebola outbreak. Of course, let's be honest for a second. If you were somewhere where there was an Ebola outbreak, wouldn't you want to leave?
Yeah. How did it start?
So you get on a plane.
Eat monkey meat or something?
Really?
I think that's where they guessed it was. Oh, cool, map. I like maps. I'm a huge map guy. What is this? I don't know what any of that means. Okay, if anybody knows what this is bad areas. Don't go there.
What is this country?
It's Africa. What's the?
It's not like you were planning your vacation there, were you?
I was, man.
But actually, there's a couple places I'd love to go in Africa.
Where?
The Serengeti.
Oh yeah, you're boring. I'd go
How's
to.
that boring?
Because I would go to straight.
I mean, I want to go see tigers and lions, but I don't want to do it at a prom.
I feel really dumb because I don't even know who I was going to pick some terrible place, but I forgot. Wherever Leo was in that Blood Diamond movie. That's where I want to go.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
Well, that would be fun.
Yeah, totally. Fight my.
Like go hang out with some pirates or something.
Yeah, dude. That's the only way to do it, man. That's the only way to do it.
I don't know if you've seen it. I forgot what it was called, but there's a crazy thing on HBO talking about. It's an actual kind of a documentary style deal where this guy goes in and he kind of infiltrates a pirate group, and he hangs out with them, becomes a part of the group. And I'm like, man, that's terrifying.
Is that real?
I think so.
That's insane.
I know.
Or what about this guy? This dude, this homie, survived a bear attack and a shark bite in the same freaking year. Dude, first off, if you don't get laid
and stay out of the woods.
Yeah, if you don't get laid from that story, I don't know what will. But like, dude, what the hell? What's up with these scars? I was attacked by a bear.
Well, that's the one on your arm. What about the one on your leg?
Oh, I got bit by a shark.
It's like,
A month later.
I'm thinking to myself, if I get attacked, first of all, if I get mauled by a bear, I'm probably not going outside for a little while, let alone in the water.
Oh, right. And that's what's the crazy thing about
Some little
sharks.
girl got
That's
some
100%.
little girl got bitten by a shark a few weeks ago, like in North or South Carolina, like some 9-year-old girl or something. And she was like, she's just super calm about it. She's like, yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah, I
got bit
lost
by
my
a
leg.
shark.
No big deal.
I don't think she lost her leg, but she was super calm about it. She had been surf. She was like one of these kid surfers or something. And she said, yeah, it didn't feel too good, but I just decided.
It puzzles me because shark attacks are 100% preventable. Just don't go in the water.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
Well, that's not exactly true. Have you seen Sharknado?
oh, that is true, dude. Sharknado is based off scientific
So you
proof.
never know where that shark bite could come from.
Sharknado came from the 80s. It happened. And,
Right? Who's the cat? Ian Ziering?
I don't know.
That's his claim to fame other than Beverly Hills
Dude,
90210?
It blows my mind.
How many sequels have they had?
Right? There's like 6 of them.
And who's watching this stuff?
No, but the people they have actually pulled into those movies,
I know.
I'm like,
like the cameos are outrageous
I know
now.
for a fact those actors or actresses are on the phone after the first day of shooting with their agents, like, you better get me the hell off the set. This is my career.
I'm not doing another one.
I'm not doing.
Yeah, but Sharknado 8's coming out.
3 years later.
Hey, buddy, you
Which
want to
kind of became like
cameo?
a cult classic now.
I think that's kind of what it's considered as a cult classic.
No, but there's like, it's like a genre type deal now. It's like a thing where it's like terrible horror movies.
And and literally, it bothers me because like you pay good money for like HBO and Showtime and all that, and every time you turn it on, it's one of those Sharknado,
Right.
Critters.
That's what I hate when I go on business trips. You realize how much why
nothing
I don't
on.
have cable.
You don't do it?
I don't have cable anymore.
I'm trying to break free.
So when I go into what else are you going to do in a
I know,
hotel room?
I
Watch
know.
TV.
Right.
They play the same shit over and over again.
It's sad because I think I'm on DirecTV, so I think I've got like literally
You have more of an option than most people.
Either way, with 800 channels, I spend more time looking for something to watch than I do watching anything. Okay?
Same thing with Netflix. It don't get better.
Well, see, Netflix is terrible to me.
Well, see, Netflix is
If you don't have a
it's
specific
too
show
much
you're watching-
options.
Well, no, it's not even too much options. To me, they're like all antiquated. Unless it's something new that everybody's watching. To me, it's like, good grief, really? I mean, and again, how many times have you sat down with your Netflix or your Hulu or whatever you're watching and scrolled through it, for an hour trying to find something to watch, and you finally go, what the hell? Turn
And
on
you
the Weather
settle for
Channel.
something. No, I don't have cable. So I just settle for something I've already seen. They need to add more shows.
It's sad, though, in the world we live in, okay, just to show you what kind
Yeah,
of
I know.
junkies we are. I've got 800 channels on DirecTV.
Not
okay?
good enough.
I've got Netflix.
Not
okay?
good enough.
I've got an Apple TV.
Not good enough.
I have an AdmitMe.tv account. Okay?
I need that, by the way.
That's really cool. That's one of the best ones because they're the most current of what's out there. But it blows my mind. I literally have probably 2,000 different things to choose from, and I can't find anything to watch.
Struggle's real, man.
I know.
Struggle is real.
So how many times do you wind up? And then there's YouTube and all this. And so then when you can't find anything on TV after the 2 hours you search for everything, what do? You pick up your phone.
Watch cat videos.
Right? Cat videos.
Why did that ever become a thing?
I don't get it.
Like I hate cats, and I don't trust a person
It's
who
not that I
just has a
hate
cat.
cats.
Just has a cat.
Just a cat?
Yeah, I don't like you. Women, it's cool, but if it's a dude that just has a cat,
Well, no, what
there's
gets me is
something
the
about you.
dudes that have too many cats.
That's even worse.
Like instead
Just
of a
stay
cat
away
lady,
from
it's
that
a cat
serial
dude,
killer.
right?
Get away from that serial killer.
Right.
Norman Bates wannabe douchebag. All right, did you happen to watch the Daniel Cormier Stipe fight?
I did not.
I watched it. And if you aren't familiar with that, it's Daniel Cormier, which is the light heavyweight champion, versus Stipe, which is the heavyweight champion. Both like almost considered goats, almost, I guess you could say.
Right.
Well,
My question is this though, with what you're talking about happened, is this a conspiracy theory?
I think it was obvious to me. And the thing is, my Uncle Rob, I haven't heard from him in a while. You know, he's got a lot going on. The next day, I was happened to be driving around Chelsea, and he texted me saying, "Call me, pissed about the DC fight."
He's like,
Called
did you
him.
see this?
He said the same thing I said. I got pissed, and Becca got mad at me because I was kind of being a douche about it. Man, I got paid $65.
Right. Okay. But you know, it blows my mind what people will pay for to watch.
I paid $100 to watch the Floyd Mayweather
That's
Conor
different.
McGregor fight.
To me, that's different.
Why?
Okay.
Why is that?
Because there are people who have like, and I hope I'm not offending everybody. Okay. I don't really care
Offend
if I offend
people.
a few. That's kind of what we do here.
Yeah.
But like the WWE.
Cool. I'm glad you said that because that's the kind of one of the reasons it pisses me off. You saw it coming a mile away.
Right. And you know it's staged.
You know it. Well, WWE, I don't understand how the hell. You know they have a
That's the
huge,
biggest thing on the planet, dude.
What the hell? Is there that many?
Maybe we need to go to one of these. You know, they do a local
I heard it's
deal.
a good show. You know who's a WWE fan?
Who?
Jose.
Really?
Yes. I thought he was kidding. I was like, dude, is this a bit? Like, because I made the same comment. I was like,
Right.
how does it have a following? He's like, what are you talking about?
Dude,
I love
shut
it.
up, man. This is my thing.
Right? Okay, well, anyway.
That's his next thing. If the comedy thing doesn't work out, Jose's going to be on WWE.
I could see it.
I could.
Well, what happened was
Hey, Jose.
DC came in there. He's been fighting at 205. This is heavyweight. So he bumped up. He looked flabby as hell. He was getting popped. And then they came in. They were kind of clinched. And he coming out of the clinch, I guess Stipe tends to drop his hands.
Right. So he gets
Knocks him cold out.
He knocked him out.
Knocked him out. And I think second round.
Backing
first
out.
round.
He took a cut and knocked him out.
They weren't clinch, but they
Right,
were
but
like
they're
dirty
pushing
boxing
away.
type deal.
Right. So
and
he's
he backed
pushing
up.
away and he clocked him.
Yeah, knocked him out. So prior to the fight, they happened to show Brock Lesnar. Oh, Brock Lesnar's here, walking towards the arena, and he like showed Brock Lesnar like shaking Joe Rogan's hand.
See, did you feel like at that point that there was a setup happening?
No, it didn't even click. But then once he said after when he was in the post-fight interview, because there was rumors that was going to be his last fight and he would retire. All right, but before I get into that, let's flash back to John Jones. John Jones it's been rumored that he was going to fight Brock Lesnar. And if you don't know who John Jones is, he's probably the best fighter to ever live. He's a freak.
A beast.
Right? He's been
a real beast.
He was light heavy, just ran through it and then popped dirty for dick pills and some other stuff. But he was going to make the leap to heavyweight. So that was the fight that was rumored to happen. So, okay. Now keep that in mind. So now in the post fight interview, DC asked for the mic from Joe Rogan. If you know anything about that,
Joe
never
don't give up his mic.
No one gives it. Yeah, especially Joe Rogan because he's saying his first rodeo. You know,
Right.
He gives up his mic, no question. He kind of smirks while he does it.
See, at that point, has anything clicked?
Not yet. At first, well, kinda, but really, I thought, okay, that
That's cool. This is the first.
Joe Rogan might know he's gonna do his retirement speech thing. Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking. And then he's like, I was undefeated at heavyweight, and then I went to light heavy and blah, blah, and there's one name that keeps coming up, blah, 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 and it's Brock Lesnar. Get up here, you blah, blah, blah. And Brock Lesnar comes in there and he's like, oh, this is blah. And it's like fake back and forth. And then Brock Lesnar just pushes the shit out of him. And then like they have to separate them. And like, I want to say I saw a smirk on one of their faces, but it was so obviously staged. It was ridiculified. And it just makes me mad. I don't know why. I think just because I paid $65. But I'll get off of this because it's been about 13 minutes. And I'm not even going to get into the article I had pulled up. But basically they're saying, actually, screw it. They're going to look at it anyway. UFC 226, was Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar's confrontation staged? DC responds to, idiots.
Idiots.
Shortly after making history last night at UFC 226, Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar had a confrontation in the octagon, which reeked of pro wrestling. But the new heavyweight champ had fiery response for fighters who say the incident was staged. Cormier rocked the MMA world, and then some of the Saturday night's headliners by knocking out Stipe. I know none of that made sense. Sorry, I'm trying to fly through this. Regardless, it was staged. If they have an article about it, it's staged.
Yeah, probably so.
Not my share, not my problem. That's what I say.
It's not my problem.
And right here we have a high school what is going on? Why is this not coming up here? Okay. A Miami school is facing backlash for bringing a live tiger to their prom. Okay.
First of all, why?
Well, it depends. Like, well, yeah.
It was
why?
in a cage, from what I understand.
Yeah. But
and
why?
then all the animal rights activist people like, what are you doing? You put it in a cage. You know, everybody was worried about the tiger in the cage, not the lives of these kids.
Well, what would be real weird if their mascot wasn't a tiger. And two, screw those people.
Is their mascot a tiger?
I don't know. It'd be better if it wasn't. That'd be funnier.
I know, right? It's like the terrapins.
Yeah. The hornets.
Right?
Well, no, those people that you said, the animal rights activists that are going to complain about them being in cage or whatever. There's more tigers in captivity in the state of Texas than in the entire world.
That are living in the wild. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're actually prolonging
so
the
they
species.
Can lick my butthole.
See, that's what I've always wondered about that.
Pick and
People don't
choose their
understand
stupid arguments.
Of course, it's a Miami school.
Yeah, right. Miami's some weird people. All right. This guy is facing 50 years in prison for stealing $1.2 million worth of fajitas or fajitas.
First of all,
this guy. This dude. Okay,
he doesn't look like he's eating that much.
He's a pedophile, dude. And they just we got him on something. What is it? He stole a shitload of fajitas.
Well, first of all, if you're going to steal $1.2 million worth of food, I want you to think about this. Are you going to steal fajitas?
Fajitas? Well, first off, what part of the fajitas? Is it the meat? Like how?
I would assume it's the full
entree.
entree.
Are they prepackaged
fajitas?
It's the
full entree.
How do you $1.2 million?
Well, that's what I'm thinking to myself. How do you steal $1.2 million of anything like bubble gum?
I want to get into this. This is good questions. Fajitas. Fajitas.
Sizzling $1.2 million.
Fajitas.
They come to the table, darn near
so you got
fire.
steak, onions,
chicken,
bell pepper, or green peppers.
The little wraps.
Chicken, maybe shrimp, whoever wraps.
The wraps.
Guacamole.
The hot plate it comes on.
And I know it's guacamole.
Queso dip.
What part of it did he steal? Or did he just steal a truck that had all the ingredients of a fajita?
Okay, still an entire 18-wheeler, okay, full of that meat. There's not $1.2 million worth in that truck.
I'm confused, man. $1.2 million worth of food. That's like
any food. That's what I'm saying. Any food.
That's like a good year for like a restaurant. Not a restaurant, but like a
year?
Yeah. $1.2 million is a good year for a restaurant. It's not like a killer, but it's... I'm talking
$1.2 million for the food. I would think I could run 10 to 15 restaurants.
No, but I'm talking about total. That's before, pay, and that's just total
Well, that's what
earnings.
I'm saying. $1.2 million worth of food.
That's a good year. For Tropical Smoothie. I worked at Tropical Smoothie. That's a good year. A really good year.
Yeah.
It's not top the charts, but it's a good year.
Yeah.
So think about all the food that we went through in a year, and it equals up to $1.2 million. But this homie stole. I don't understand it.
My question is too: did he
steal
it all at one time, Or is this like, or was he going? Was he Yahooing it? He was going to his
He's
local
20
Mexican.
years at this restaurant.
He's going. He's
I'll get
Yahooing at
you.
every meal. You know, he's yes, yeah. Can I get some salsa and some chips?
Yeah.
and I want the fajitas.
He's like
okay?
that homeless
That's
guy
Monday.
became a millionaire.
Right, that's Monday. Okay, so he's like the bill comes to the table. He just up and Yahoos. He runs,
Maybe.
and then
I like how we're debating this and the article's right in front of us.
oh, how about? Well, now there's a crazy thought.
All right.
So tell me about
When
it.
sentenced on Friday, whatever you want to call his name, Escamilla, was also served with the maximum fine of $10,000 on top of a $1,251,578.72 he was ordered to pay back for the cost of the fajitas. Excuse me.
Now I want you to think about that. Okay, first of all, if I'm the judge in this case, I'm having a hard time keeping a straight face.
Okay, wait. I think this is getting to it. According to the Brownsville Herald,
Okay, we're talking about Texas.
Escamilla's scheme unraveled last August after a delivery driver, he did rob a truck, driver with the food service phoned the detention center to give kitchen employees a heads up that an 800-pound delivery of fajitas had arrived.
Wait a minute, he was sending them to a prison?
No.
It's a detention center.
Oh, maybe. Wait, did he steal it in prison?
No, I think he was sending it to the prison.
Or what that was the delivery for the prison and he just stole it from, he said,
Oh, no, there's a possibility. Now, you know, those are
heads
some
up
great
that an 800-pound
fajitas
had arrived. The employees immediately thought the delivery to be suspicious as minors at the detention centers are not served fajitas. However,
Minors?
Oh, he like, you know how you order pizza? Minors.
So we're talking about like a kid's detention center.
Oh, no. We're talking about people that, mine for coal and stuff. I'm just kidding.
Like gold and coal and stuff like that.
That is weird that they would call them minors. Like, why not just say,
Children.
or
Youth.
juveniles?
Juvenile detention center.
Isn't that exactly what it's called?
I think
I like
so.
minors because maybe it is
Maybe it actually is coal miners.
coal
and
miners that
Right.
are rowdy.
Salt miners.
Yeah, they're a little rough around the edges. After being fired
They're
and
mining
arrested,
for gold.
Escamilla's house was searched by police who found packages of the fajitas in his refrigerators. You must
Well, he
really
kept
love
a little
fajitas.
bit for himself. I like that.
I assume all of them. I don't get it. Like,
See, I'm
was he trying to open up a restaurant, a food cart?
No. My thing is, and maybe I misunderstood what you said, but it said something about that a delivery had arrived at the detention center.
Yeah. He ordered pretending to be the detention center.
Oh, and they went to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Instead of his home,
Yeah.
they went to the detention.
No. He did it on purpose. That's why the detention center was puzzled because they don't
Wait a
eat
minute.
fajitas.
We didn't get
But
fajitas.
kind of like when you order pizza
Man, you know how
at someone
pissed
else's
off-
address.
Do you know how pissed those kids probably were?
We're getting fajitas.
We got
Hey.
fajitas tonight.
Yeah.
No, one dude took them all.
Douchebag.
I'd put him. I would put his 20 years in that juvenile detention center
Yeah.
and tell all those kids.
No,
it's just the
he already
man that
looks like a
stole your
petty
fajitas.
pederast.
Well, that may be where
Screw
he wants
that.
to be.
Yeah, that's why he did it.
It's possible.
All right, explain this to me. Apparently, you were
I was well aware of this. This has been going on for quite some time.
stranded New York City poop train has small-town Alabamians stinking mad. Nice pun. I like what they did
I
there.
know, right?
That was
That's
nice.
well done.
Parrish, Alabama has been forced to endure a trainload of human waste after the stinky cargo was stranded on its way to a landfill 2 months ago.
You know what gets me, first of all, okay?
I was about to say that.
We're talking about an entire train.
Wait, the whole thing?
The whole thing of nothing but poop cars.
New York poop.
Okay. Where's, I mean, and I don't know
I feel
how.
like there's a better, more practical way to transport poop.
Why are you transporting that much poop to begin with?
Why not?
Where'd you get it all?
New York City.
Where in New York?
That's a lot of New York City poop. With the alligators and stuff and the sewage.
No, in the sewer. Okay.
Where did that come from? Alligators and the sewage.
People were having them as pets and releasing them, like flushing them down the toilet
In
when
New
they
York
got too
City?
big. Yeah.
How did they get alligators in New York City?
You buy them.
In New York City? They can't live up there.
Yes, you buy the little ones that you keep in your tanks. And people were releasing
You
them.
realize they grow, right?
How about that?
Huh.
They're big now. You know what they're doing?
So we didn't know
They're eating
cigarettes hurt
poop.
people. and they didn't know alligators grew. They're freaking dinosaurs. How do you not know they
And
grow?
don't misunderstand. Maybe my brain wasn't working right on this poop situation, because maybe it's like there's of course, it down like here, like we've got septic tank services. Okay, what do they do with all that?
Oh, well, all of our poop ends up somewhere.
Where? Fertilizer. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. So, but what gets me is you're gonna drive this poop train to Alabama.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a landfill up there? I don't want your Yankee
Oh,
poop over here.
Not in my backyard.
Get your Yankees ass
That's
out of
that,
here.
not in my backyard. You know what we ought to do to these same people?
Dump it on their shit.
Ship it back to them.
Yeah, get your
Ship them
cheap ass train out of here.
Ship that southern shit back.
No, northern shit.
No pun intended. No, let's ship them some southern
Oh,
shit.
damn. They don't want that.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
Billy Bob takes he breaks records with his shit
That's what I'm
turds.
talking about.
He
okay?
breaks records.
What gets me though is like
How long was it stranded?
for weeks.
And how? It's on wheels. Just push that some bitch. Like, how's that? I don't
Could you
know.
imagine though that the track? Of course, the tracks don't. I mean, they're close to my house, but if they stopped a poop train right there and I had to smell that every day.
Okay, what's this? This is another poop
Okay,
thing.
what's the deal with all the poop stories?
I don't know. Zoo offering visitors buckets of Detroit Zoo poo.
Oh, I want a big. Can I get the large?
I am a avid
Poop collector. And they're offering, this is chimpanzee poop. Very rare. Very rare, I say.
Only the good kind, because they eat bananas.
These are eating a pumpkin.
Right, and pumpkins,
They're eating
apparently.
jack-o'-lanterns. I think it's stupid. I don't get it. I really don't
Why
get
would
it.
you want something like that?
Why wouldn't you, dude?
You want me to get you a bucket?
I would love one.
I'll call them.
In some cultures, they only eat their own poop.
I can have it shipped here or the juvenile detention
Do it,
center.
dude.
You
Dude.
tell me.
I'm doing it. I'm going to top them. I'm going to steal 1.5
You know
million.
what? For fun, let's do this. Okay?
What's up?
Let's call the Detroit Zoo and see if we can get a canister
Hey,
shipped
how
here.
much are them buckets of doo-doo going for?
Can we get a large
Yeah. I want to do it.
and then call
We
our
need a
local company Shipped? Hey, Shipped, we need some shit delivered.
Hell yeah. Dude, we wouldn't be able to do this live because you'd have to get consent to use it, but we should do prank calls.
Oh, let me tell you something. I have the best prank call ever.
With Jake?
And I have to. We'll have to talk to JB and ask him his permission to air the call.
Oh, you still have it?
Absolutely,
Both ends?
I have it all.
How'd you get both ends?
We had it on speaker, and I actually filmed
Is
it.
it pretty good quality?
Oh, it's stunning. It's
Okay.
it's as clear.
We'll do that next week.
You there are some issues.
Who's he calling?
It was a. Hang on, I'm going to tell you who it was. It was a craft company. Hang on. He was asking. Oh, it was Corn Nuts.
Corn Nuts?
Yeah, it was like on the back. It said, if you have any questions or anything regarding or comments, please call 1-800 whatever blah blah blah. And the premise of the call is we had a bag of Corn Nuts, and on the package it said, now new better ranch flavor. So Jake had some questions on why was it better, what made it fresher or newer, but the conversation went almost 7 minutes. It was fantastic.
What nationality was
I'm going to say he was actually an American guy. But Jake actually knew, like, he was talking about the guy who runs Kraft and telling him tell so and so I said hello, blah blah blah. But at one point he asked him if it was a marketing technique, or were you just feeding us the same crap you were feeding us last week?
kind of like Domino's.
Right.
We added fresh, new, better ingredients. No, you just added a shitload of garlic.
No, they just added the words in their commercial.
Yeah. You know what I love? Speaking of, I was figuring he was Middle
Jake,
Eastern.
if you're back from Jamaica and you're listening,
he is back.
give us an okay to air the call.
Yeah, and I want to know what you did. I haven't talked to him since he's been back. But no, I love when you call like a call center or help desk and they're clearly not, they're an Indian or something. Like, hello, how are you? My name is Bob. Like, your name not Bob. They do that though. They make them have like the most what they think is a white American name as possible. Hi, my name is Bill.
Hello, my name is Jimmy.
My name is Jimmy. Oh, hey, Jimmy. What's up, dude?
So is it me or is everybody else's phone just blowing up all the time with these constant robocalls?
Not as much.
Mine has just gone off the charts to the point the guy that works with me, hey Ryan, we have a deal now, and like this lady calls me the other day, and what gets me is this new technique that they do, and they will call you, and when you answer, they hang up, okay, and then they immediately call back so that you're on the phone, and they'll leave you a message. Call back, blah, 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 press 1 if you're interested, 2, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I've gotten now where I got a little bit of time to myself, okay? So I'm in the truck, okay? So I press 1. If you're ready to talk to a representative about either
I would love to.
lowering your credit. My favorite thing is they're like,
Restructure my mortgage, all this other crap.
my favorite one's the credit card thing.
I got a text
I
yesterday.
don't have a credit card, so I run with it.
Okay.
Okay, or they're trying to sell me. Like the other day, I did one where the girl calls me and says, "Hello?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Yeah." So like talking to you about some kind of blah 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 insurance, blah blah blah. And I turned the tables on her. I said, "Well, my biggest thing now I do is as soon as I call them, I go." They go, "Hello." I said, "Yeah, okay, I'm interested in having my insurance looked at, blah blah blah." And say, "Oh, good, fantastic." Say, "Yeah, could you hold, please?" And we sit the
Hold
phone
on
down.
one second.
And the game is how long will they hold? Okay. And the first time they go, "Hello," I go back on and said, Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm glad you waited. And then,
One more second.
yeah, hold on. Oh, I'm super busy today. Could you hold for just a minute? My goal now is to see how much of their time can I waste.
Oh, every American
Or-
applauds you.
Or I'm selling them something like the girl called me about health insurance. And so when I said hold and when I came back on, I said, "Great, thanks for waiting." Anyway, the reason for my call, okay, is we're selling car insurance, okay? Now, are you interested in liability or full coverage? And she's like, "I think you misunderstood." I said, No, I didn't. That's what I'm selling insurance. She said, "No, we're selling insurance." I said, "You misunderstand. I'm trying to sell you car insurance." So I totally freak them out and blow their minds out. That's like my new thing.
Dude, that sounds
It's kinda fun.
We need to do that. Hopefully we can time it perfect. We do it on air.
Oh, I can get them.
Let's do it.
Because
That reminds me of a-
half of them, and I'm just going to show you so you'll believe me what I'm telling you. Okay, this is my recent call list. Okay, let me find one. Here it is. This is how, and we can't show this on the air, but this is how I put them in when they call me.
Someone to screw with.
Right,
I like that.
That's the title of the call.
I like it.
Okay, and if you'll notice how many calls there are.
47 of them. Nice. That is amazing.
So I'm
You
enjoying
really do have
myself.
some time, don't you?
Absolutely. Between jobs, that's all I do is mess with people now.
That reminds me of a Dane Cook bit back in the day, and I think it's been long enough to where I can ruin it. He was talking about where this one of those fortune tellers and walked up to him and was like, he sees them coming, where they're like getting closer, and to where they're like in your area where like I'm uncomfortable. And they're like, "Hey, excuse me, I was walking in, and there's just an aura." Energy around you, and for $20, I would love to, And he's like, "Oh, that's crazy because as you were walking up to me, I noticed
I felt the same thing, right?
And for $40,
Right,
I would
I'll
love to
tell
talk to you."
Right? That's my favorite thing. I was a kid. This is a true story. We were downtown in the old, what they used to call the red light district downtown, and we were riding around. We were probably 16, 17 years old. It's a classic thing of what a friend of mine did. He turns around, and we're riding down, and there's this girl hollering and say, "Hey, honey. Hey, honey." You could obviously tell she was a lady of the night.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's
Hey,
like,
don't hate the profession.
She's like, "Hey,
We've all been there.
Hey, y'all want to check this out, blah blah?" And my buddy turns around again and says, "Yeah, but it'll cost you $40." She was pissed, running down in her high heels and her leopard skin dress.
All right, serious question here.
All right,
I realize you're married, so
we're doing serious questions. I know
it's kind of hypothetical. How much money would it take you to sleep with a prostitute? There's some risk involved.
There's a lot of risks, more risks today than there were in my younger days.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it is.
I've always said the risk now back in the day was having somebody's dad knock on the door and threaten you, and now today's risk is death.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
different.
true. What do you think about AIDS being created by white people?
Was it?
I don't know. They say it came from having sex with monkeys.
Oh well, I didn't.
But
think
no
it
one
had
has sex
anything
with
to-
monkeys.
I didn't think AIDS had anything to do with race. But we could, of course, somebody's
Old
going to
white
make it
people.
racial.
Isn't it crazy that AIDS only affects blacks and gays, everyone and people and fun people?
Okay,
Everybody old white people hate?
It's kind of, and to me, and
Junkies, I'm saying.
and sorry for those of you we're about to offend. Okay, but it's like
And I'm kind of being...
it's kind of like women going. Women are the only ones that get pregnant. Well, guess what? We know what causes that now.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't want to get pregnant, what? Don't do it.
Yeah. Or stop messing with it.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Accidents happen, yes. But then you start to see a common denominator.
You accidentally fell on her over and over and over
It
and
happens, man. Have you not seen that Japanese show with the slippery stairs?
Right.
It's like that.
Right, that's it.
It happens, all right?
It happens.
He was hanging out with John Jones, right? You know, they both took some dick pills. One thing led to the other.
Blah, blah, blah.
Some push-ups were involved.
No, but
But seriously, though, like, there's a common denominator, and I don't know what it is. Do guys not know? And I'm saying guys. The guys. Dude, like, you've had 3 kids, bro, and you're, like, younger than I am. Are you still not doing the pull-out game?
I mean, that's my
obviously
thing
not
is
even trying that
my
one.
thing is when you see these young kids and they got 5 or 6 and you want to walk up and just, hey, buddy, we know what causes that now.
Right. He's like, well, hey, that one's a paycheck. One's a paycheck.
Here's a kicker, and this is something that just blew my mind. Okay, and look, whatever your preferences are, I don't care as long as it doesn't involve me. Okay, there is now a pill on the market. Okay, for people to take, and there's an ad on TV. Okay,
Plan B?
to reduce your risk of getting HIV.
What?
I got a crazy idea. How about not sleeping with people with it?
Yeah, no butt sex helps, too.
I mean, I'm just saying, again.
And that's not a homosexual thing.
No.
Straight people have butt sex.
That's what I'm saying, but we know what causes that.
Right.
Okay? If it hurts, don't do it.
Wait, what? Why would it hurt?
No, that's not what I mean.
That's a good advice.
I'm just saying.
I don't like to do things that hurt.
Right? But I mean, if you know something's going to cause you death or harm, why would you do that?
That is a good point.
But let's say, now though, let's put a pill out there and advertise, and this is what I would hate to be a parent with kids, and my kids are grown now, but I'd hate to be a parent today because to have to explain every single commercial that comes on TV for your kids now.
Right.
I'm like, how has this become a thing?
You know what I haven't seen in a long time? And someone said maybe it's because you're not watching the same channels. No, it's not, because I would have seen it.
What?
The Trojan commercials. They used to be everywhere. Trojan man.
Right.
What did they just? Their marketing.
It was an MTV
or did
thing.
they go?
They were primarily
Comedy
on MTV.
Central, too.
Oh, and Comedy Central, right?
Did they just move all their marketing to like internet or something?
Maybe so.
And I'm just not on those sites.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it's just crazy to me that literally, every time you turn on TV, I remember when these things weren't talked about on TV, and now you're sitting down eating dinner with the family, the kids are at the table.
Oh yeah.
And now you're going, what did they just say?
Don't worry about it. Or what about that? What's that?
Don't say that, Johnny. Just hear it.
What's that men's health clinic? And we're
That's
talking
my
about
thing.
coffee.
Right. And I'm like, come
And
on
your
now.
coffee's not good enough. Come to
and you know the ad that really drives me nuts more than anything out there?
what's that?
So you tell me you're the one that's not allowed to watch the game at your own house. What it's an attorney specifically for men who've been jaded by women, and I'm like, come on, people, what is this?
You can't counter saltiness with
What is
saltiness.
this?
That's just like bad cholesterol.
I know, right?
Bad cholesterol.
So that's something we ought to cover on one of these shows one day.
What's that? On how divorce court is way one-sided?
No,
yeah, I know.
it is. But in all seriousness,
like I just created my own little story there.
In all seriousness, though, let's do an episode and people can send us some suggestions in case we miss some of them about commercials that you literally go, really? Is this a thing?
Yeah, totally.
There's so many.
Excuse my burp. All right, let's get into this.
What are we into?
I brought this up a while back. This is that exercise. I finally found the article about when the volcano was going on.
Right.
I said that Arizona and California,
fleeing.
right? They did a exodus of, I forgot how many people, a lot of people. This was the actual plan. This is their plan here. Maybe is it just a video? Yeah, it's just a video. Government agencies, businesses, and other organizations in Arizona plan to participate in an exercise to practice how the state would respond to a migration of 400,000 people following a catastrophic earthquake in Southern California. The Arizona Department of Emergency and Military Affairs say participants in the National Mass Care Exercise in the coming week will tackle how to organize operations such as providing food, shelter, and medical services.
I say build the wall.
Yeah. Okay, that situation, okay, maybe send money. That's 400,000 people. But for a damn Filipino soccer team or whoever, Thai soccer team, dude, just send $2 million. That'll help them. Literally, they'll just be like, hey, kids, we got $2 million. First one out gets it. I guarantee that
They'll
mother
find
gets
a way
out
to
of there.
swim all of a sudden.
All right, bro, let's get out of
I
here.
bet I can hold my breath longer than you.
I think we've been in here long enough to get out of that exam we had. So let's just book it. I'm not going to play the video. Actually, do you want to play the video?
I mean, you can, but scary thing to me is if there was a big earthquake like that in California and all the Californians had a mass exodus heading this way, where are we going to build the wall?
That is a good point. Well, maybe what they've been joking about for years, California breaking off of the United States. They had that hearing about.
You call it joking.
True. They had that hearing about them wanting to separate California into 3 states. What happened with that?
I have no idea.
We can find out. Hold on. Hold my beer. Watch this.
That's Southern for y'all. Check this out. Watch this.
Hold my beer. Watch this.
Hold this. Watch
California. Oh, Shiza call.
this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
California separation into 3 states. Let's try to figure this out. California divided into what? It's been reincarnated by the same billionaires who taught the original plan.
Here we go.
What is this? Wait, no, this is NBC. What?
How long ago was that?
I don't know. It's like the thing that popped up. I don't know. The 3 Californias, radical plan to split. Okay, here it is. Let's go here. This is the actual LA Times. So there's radical. Please don't play an ad. I'll be so pissed. Radical plan to split California into 3 states earns spot. Oh, you son. I'm getting out of here. I don't know what the issue is, but basically it's the northern part are a little bit more conservative.
Well, I wonder if this was a political thing.
It is.
Or, I mean, like, how are you going to decide, like is San Francisco going to be like their own state?
Hold on. I'll find out. Hold on.
Is L.A. going to be their own state with, like, Hollywood's going to be their own little area?
Shiza call. 3 straight California. Map. I'll do map. Bam. Okay. Here's the actual map
Of how they want to break it up?
Yes. You got.
I was right.
Oh no! What did I do?
You just there it is.
Okay, here it is. You got Northern Cali. What am I doing? What's going on? Okay, here you go. Northern California, which is Napa. I think that the more conservative
So
say.
that's where folks are going to sit around and drink wine.
And make wine.
And
Southern
make wine.
California,
Or wine.
where they're just chilling. And then
Now,
California.
Southern California, is L.A. in that? Or
California
LA
is all the
California?
cuckoo birds in L.A. and stuff.
Oh, it's the part that could actually break off.
Yeah.
All right, I'll support it.
I like it, I guess.
I'll support it.
Because you got L.A., which is literally, here's the counties. Los Angeles, Monterey, San Bernardino.
Bernardino.
No, it's just Benito, actually. San Luis, out of Santa Barbara, and Ventura.
Ventura Highway.
Look at this guy.
Look
What's
at this guy.
doing?
I don't know. I don't bloody know.
All right, yeah.
Oh, I've heard that they're trying to keep all the stuff. They're like removing it, like all this conspiracy. YouTube is a part of removing some of that stuff.
Oh, they were at the start.
Boom. Why?
Because, they were, because so many people were outraged about and we're talking about the Las Vegas shooting again.
So
They were so outraged about the investigation, the lack of evidence, the lack of anything. We still literally don't know. We know exactly what we
Nothing.
knew an hour after the shooting.
right, and doesn't that blow your mind that we can find out all this crazy stuff from 20, 40, 60, 100 years ago, yet we can't find out what happened with all the modern technology? It's got to be a cover up of some sort.
And we are going to commentate this video, so fair use, so you can't pull this thing off YouTube. All right. So this is basically what and this is a stupid clickbait. Okay, here's some evidence. Will the public demand that Sheriff Joe Lombardo? You know I'm going to kind of continue to talk over this for copyright purposes.
What if we could prove that the Vegas, they fabricated this whole thing?
You know the last name of the lawyer that's
So I'm
prosecuting,
curious.
or
the little question just came up about what if we could prove that none of the shootings came from the building, blah blah. So where did the shootings come from? And again, there were arguments even as early as soon as it happened that there was a shooter in the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
A veteran who's been around gunfire says there was multiple shooters. So I don't know how long this video is, but
Yeah, but apparently these have been downloaded and enhanced. So
17. I'll try to skim over them and see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, they're still releasing. May 2nd, 2018. They're just bringing out.
Stormed the hotel room on the 32nd floor.
Some people think that's staged and it was after the fact or a different floor, based off of a guy who makes model 3D renderings.
But you know what gets me is that we have the technology, or I say we do, okay, to figure out the angle and all where Kennedy was shot from this far down the road, okay, with the lack of evidence.
Based off the evidence that was
That's what
given.
I'm saying, okay? But either way, and you're going to tell me now we can't do that?
Oh, I know.
There was a ton of people on the ground.
Yeah, but they cleaned all that crap up by like the next day.
No, I'm talking about the people who got shot.
No, we've never seen those. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying there's got to be evidence.
Right, but that's the evidence I'm saying. We don't know any of that.
Why not?
We know people were shot or whatever, but we don't know any. Exactly.
Or were
That's
they?
why people are outraged.
Or were they shot?
Right. Like, I'm not going to go up to somebody like that dude who just recently got the shit beat out of him because he went up to a victim's father saying that their daughter's not real. Like, you dick.
Right.
Like,
That was from the school shooting,
yeah,
right?
You're 100% positive that that didn't happen. Like, that takes a ballsy, douchey thing. Because if there's 1% chance, you don't go up to a grieving father saying your daughter who just died.
It's not going to turn out too well for you.
No.
That's my guess.
I'd fist him in the face, metaphorically. All right, I don't want to talk. I want to see an article. All right, here's another footage here. But anyway, a guy took the footage that he makes 3D rendering for the military and for some other stuff, for practice and stuff, like to the angles and everything. So he's basing off the skyline from a window.
Idiots.
And based off of the angle from a picture from the 32nd and from their footage, they were actually not on that floor. They were actually in the top level, which is a separate, and has its own separate, it's a separate actual hotel.
Right.
It has its own elevator.
Own elevator, right, and own access. You know, it's crazy, though, but you're talking about how quickly something like these kind of videos can be fabricated. YouTube is actually doing a thing right now where they're trying to stop the fake news or the
critical thinking,
the super quick fabricated conspiracy stuff that's out there. Because as soon as something happens, all of a sudden these
that
videos
footage
come
right
out.
here. This window is what
We
he
do not
used.
have a broken window.
Right. Oh yeah, and they didn't have a breaking window either.
It's magic glass.
Well, that stuff is like hurricane-proof glass.
Oh, I know.
So I don't know, would he throw a spark plug at it?
Oh,
Did the
that's
old
right.
spark
The
plug
little
trick? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't come up with my own theories, so you can call me what you want.
You know, it's funny because some
Am
of
I
them
just a shit stirrer?
Some of them I go, oh well, there's no way.
Yeah,
This.
same here.
I mean, and I'm quick. You know, even you and I have one that we somewhat disagree on.
What's that?
The moon landing. Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it's well that happened, but then something like this, I go, okay. You know, but
It's the inconsistencies that I'm saying. It has a lot of similarities to the JFK assassination.
and to me, especially today with the amount of technology that's available to us, how is it that we can't figure out anything? Okay, you know, and to me, just like you and I were talking about earlier, you know, we have an aircraft that went down 4 years ago now.
Yeah, the Malaysian flight.
Yeah, the MH370 flight goes down, and we have no concept of what happened to it, where it went, or
Aliens,
anything.
bro.
Something.
Aliens, bro.
Something's not right. And now there's a new guy saying that he's found it. You and I were talking about that earlier. It's on a Google Images thing.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he goes. I don't know why he goes through. He literally that's how he found it. He goes through the maps trying to find stuff from the satellite images.
And I don't know how he would determine this from satellite images, but they said now the theory is that they don't want to be found. They don't want to find this plane because they're worried that it'll be riddled with bullet holes.
Well, that was rumored to
and
have
will
it.
start a whole new
Because that was what was
set
it?
of
Russia,
problems. The
I think-
collusion people.
right? I think Russia would be the one that was shooting. No, somebody that shouldn't be shooting at somebody. But it is what it is. If it's Israel, it's okay. They can
Right.
shoot whoever they
can
want.
do what they want.
Yeah. No, but oh crap! What was I about to say?
Like,
Back to the evidence with that. And then the other stuff they never even brought up. You know, they found a vibrator in one of those bags in his room, obviously for a woman, but he was alone apparently the whole time. And then they show the footage. Yes, it looked damning. It. Have you seen the footage of him? All the footage of Paddock. It showed him, arriving, unloading about 5 bags. The
Bellhop takes it all
bellhops
in.
takes him up, and then he comes out the next day with a carry-on and another bag and leaves. Comes back with another 5 bags, leaves with another one carry-on. Comes back. He brought up to like 21 bags up to his hotel room. Right.
See, doesn't that?
Here's the thing. The one thing no one's really brought up, because he only brought out like 1 bag at a time when he left. Where the hell were all 21 bags in the pictures? I only saw 1 suitcase, 2 suitcase
in the
max.
room, right?
Right?
And to me,
You think he's going to unload the ammunition and spread them out everywhere?
And you know what gets me isn't there a casino in the bottom of that hotel?
Yeah, it's the MGM.
So here's what gets me. Okay, and I know you've probably seen the shows where you see the kind of like they have their little room with all the monitors and all the cameras everywhere, blah blah.
Oh yeah.
There's people literally paid to sit and watch and look for crazy stuff like that, where somebody's bringing in too many bags or whatever. Okay,
Right, but he was apparently a regular or something.
okay.
But regardless, like,
Okay.
hey, bro,
Wouldn't
this
you
guy
still
left.
go? Hey, something's a little weird here.
Well, I can understand how that could maybe fly under the radar.
21
like this.
bags.
Not at the same time.
No,
he
still.
He pretended to kind of be checking in every day.
I guess maybe I've taken like a backpack or something
Right.
back and forth.
But,
when I'm in a
he was
hotel.
nonchalant about it. Like, he would come and pretend like he was leaving, then come back the next day and with another bags, pretending, same routine. Bellhop comes. He's like, oh, yeah, here we go.
What's up?
Was it
Bob?
not the same guy? Like, hey, bro, I just took 5 bags up here yesterday.
Well, that's what I mean. To me,
I see that part.
There's still some
but I'm
things
saying
missing.
surveillance-wise, I could see how it could fly. Okay, it's just another guy.
Well,
But
maybe
my
so.
thing is the footage and all the photography and all the photos of the crime scene and of the room. It's 21 full-size suitcases, right? Those were the size bags he brought.
Well, they'd have to be a decent size,
Right.
They
And I understand
kind of
you could
armament?
say, okay, maybe they were behind it, but 21 of them? That's a lot. 21 of them would fill up my garage
Right.
almost.
Right?
And we only saw 1 or 2 of them and a corner of them at that.
Yeah,
Not
it
a
still-
stack of them.
It still gets me though.
That's the one thing I was like, eh.
And this is and I would say I'm going to say that this is the most recent event that would be have a truth conspiracy attached to it.
Well, there's something.
I'm just saying, it just blows my mind that even something this recent, that the little amount of evidence or the little amount that we still know today.
Right.
And there's people like you, people like me, and there's people who have spent way more time on it than us. Okay, there's somebody still digging. There's so much going on. Like there's so many people who, there's so many cover-ups going on. It's obvious what's happening now with all the politicians, with all the people in Hollywood. There's a lot going on that the general American public is completely unaware of.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
it's-
agree.
And it's a big, gigantic cover-up that when it finally comes tumbling down, I think it's going to absolutely stun half the world.
Yeah, and I feel like it's gonna be something stupid.
Is
Like
it
the
going to be
FBI
something stupid?
or didn't want to be, because there was multiple people that said that Homeland Security and FBI were there like prior to the shooting.
I mean, what would be the point of that?
I don't know.
Unless
there
we're
always
trying to
is some.
throw that smoke screen up because something else is going on.
Well, no, there's always some type of exercise or something going on every time there's some catastrophic event or something crazy happen, there's always some
The
convenient.
Navy's there.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Like 9/11, they had a bunch of exercises that made our jets that were guarding that airspace be just far enough to where they couldn't reach them. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like
but
that.
Don't you think some of those things like that, and like, because I know that like over, I think around New York, there's just, certain aircraft are not allowed to fly within certain areas unless it's a helicopter or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And the same thing with Washington, D.C., and I would assume it's a lot of the bigger cities are like that. So
Yeah.
obviously,
It's protected airspace.
well, I mean, and to protect that, somehow we've got to have some kind of way to protect it.
right.
So that's why my brain says, well, those aircraft were already stationed there,
Right.
but I don't know.
Well, 2 more articles before we close up.
2 more.
This one is unsealed documents, detailed tactics in Clinton's email probe. Court documents approve the release in the lead up of the massive Justice Department watchdog report on the FBI investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email account offered fodder for both critics and defenders of the Bureau's work. The newly unsealed court filings obtained by Politico may well serve as, what does that say? Rorschach? I'm going to call it Rorschach. Test about the Clintons' email probe. They demonstrated the FBI's investigations did not rely solely on voluntarily cooperation of these involved, since agents and prosecutors used a combination of search warrants and other court-ordered orders to gain evidence relevant to the probe. Give me the juicy deets.
See, this is one of the things I'm talking about, though, and my curious question is this.
I love that picture, by the way.
Let's just assume for a second, okay, that somehow I don't know whether they can be recovered after you stomp and smash them all, the emails, the drives, blah, blah, blah.
They were caught smashing devices with literal hammers.
Literal, okay? And here's what gets me, okay? Let's just assume for a second, and this is just throwing a scenario out there, okay?
Scenario?
Who are you with the scenario?
They find out, okay, that she did all this stuff, that she sat and literally watched the people in Benghazi live and watched all this go down, did nothing to help. Long story short, they find out that the Clinton Foundation has been laundering and stealing all this money.
Right,
for all these years.
only actually donating
Okay.
like less than 10%.
Okay. They find out all of this is true. Okay. I would love to see the reaction on social media the day after that.
After what? If she gets caught for one of them?
For all of them. Let's just say
Well, all of
them.
them's a stretch.
Well, I'm just saying, but let's just say it happens. Are there still those people out there that are going to go,
That's what I was about to say.
Just deny it anyway.
I want to see someone. I'm sure there's some libtard out there that's like stubborn enough to look me in the eye and say every allegation ever brought upon the Clintons, not just Hillary,
Both of them.
all of them are false. There's probably more than 40 of them mainstream.
Right.
Like 40 of them. That's like saying all of Bill Clinton or all of Bill Cosby's 37 rapes were falsely.
It's kind of like
accused.
it's kind of like this. You find out one day that your mom is a serial killer.
That'd be cool.
No, but I'm just saying.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You find out your mom's a serial killer. Okay, the very next day, are you still out there going, that's just not true. My mom's a good person. She fed me. She got me cookies. She clothed me. She taught me
Although
how to
that
swim.
morning you tripped over a dead body.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You went into her bedroom and knocked on the door and said, hey, Mom, are you going to fix me breakfast?
Hey, what you-
Not
oh,
yet, honey.
While she's chopping up bodies and
Right.
stuff. Seems like a good movie.
Are those denial people going to be there, though? You know what I'm saying? When all this goes down, Clinton, Obama, and not just those two. My gosh, there's a plethora of them.
But the sad thing is, like,
Hollywood.
what people that give them like credence and like stuff is when they say that, it's like, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. You're like, you're just a blah blah blah. Because you got all these people coming up with all these wild allegations that are just off. I think it's literally that's all it is. There's just people just throwing up a smoke screen that takes the credibility of people having legitimate theories and legitimate like
So
arguments.
you flood it with so many that nothing's believable.
There's an actual CIA department that does that.
That actually comes up with crap to do.
They lie and
Right.
they
Made in America was like that.
right. They try to infiltrate, say, like UFO groups or other groups like that and try to give them like the inside scoop. CIA, oh, dude, the CIA guy wants to talk to me. He gives you false leads.
Right. And just chase.
So you'll come out
wild goose chase.
exactly. So you'll come out saying, "Oh, I got a source I can't
make
name."
You look like a fool.
Right. Apparently, the government is putting something in our water that turns us into
Lizards.
rhinos or something. Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, dude, you're insane," you know. But yeah, I hope y'all like this.
It's a crazy world.
I know it really is. It's a weird world we're in.
It is.
But hey, if y'all like this style of episode, and by the way, the reason we were both kind of stumbling on these and like not some of the articles didn't really pan out. We didn't plan any of that. Like there was literally me and Chris reacting to. I literally saw headlines, clicked on them.
I was gonna say, just tell the truth. It's called poor planning.
Yeah, I guess. No, I wanted a raw reaction.
Something raw, and it was raw. There's no doubt.
Oh, it was raw.
Oh, shout out for just a second to our Chicago Uber driver, Derek.
Hey, you driving right now?
Watching live.
Hey, if y'all are riding with this guy, give him a good 5-star review and a nice tip. Speaking
tip
of
him well.
5-star reviews, if
what a great segue.
hey, you like that?
That was
if
very
you
well done.
if you liked this show, if you didn't like this show, if you hate my face, if you love my face, go give me a review on Facebook, iTunes, YouTube. You can't review on YouTube, but you can try any of them. You don't do all of them, but if you did, you're a baller. Just give us a 5-star review, subscribe, hit the bell icon on YouTube. You'll be notified when we go live. We usually go live every Wednesday
At 8 o'clock.
Central Standard Time. And
don't forget to give us your ideas of subject matter and topics that you like to discuss.
yes, and if you have any requests for content on the show or you want to be on the show, just email almostlegalpodcast@gmail.com. That's almostlegalpodcast@gmail.com. If you want any shirts,
Do we have any left?
we have medium smalls and
A few XLs.
couple XLs. And after this order, we'll be having more specific, cooler shirts.
You know, we need to
edgy,
do
bro.
something that-
edgy.
We need to get like an idea. If you think you might want a shirt and you didn't get one this round, go ahead and shoot us the size you're looking for. That way we can get an idea.
At this point, if you physically message me or Chris saying you want a shirt that
We'll
is
make it
outside the
happen.
size range, I will personally get you a shirt
We'll make it happen.
and I'll deliver it. I'll do whatever. I'll give you a cup.
He'll do whatever.
I'll do whatever. You get a handwritten letter from me, which isn't saying much. Some stickers,
Oh,
a Charms blow pop and a steak dinner. All right.
and get
Capiche?
your name put in a hat for a drawing for a fanny pack.
Yeah. And we'll even throw you into the billboard. You don't even have to do anything. All you got to do is say, "Hey, Josh, I want a shirt." And if you fit, okay, here we go.
You know what? Now there's a great idea.
If you message me about a shirt, even if you don't have a size outside that, if you personally message me saying,
me.
"Hey, I want to buy a shirt," or Chris,
You'll be automatically thrown into the drawing.
you'll get thrown into the drawing and you'll get a discount. How much of a discount, Josh? A 20% discount.
That's good.
That's good. That's good.
That's
And if
better.
you-
That's better than a senior citizen
Yeah.
discount on coffee at McDonald's.
no doubt. And if you message me before the end of this week, you get half off.
Oh my goodness!
Google that. Half off.
Half off. Google
You're
that.
literally stealing it.
50%.
And if you call now,
And if you call, and if you,
we'll
and
throw
if,
in two.
and if you message Josh or me before the show ends,
No doubt.
which is about 10
Yes.
seconds
If
now.
you get that message in before it ends, I literally will give you two. I was kind of joking about that before. But seriously,
Quick,
if
push the
you
end button.
message me anytime, and the shirts we have are outside the
I feel
range
those
from
fingers
small or
tapping right
extra
now.
large, I will give you a 20% discount and I'll ship you the shirt. If you message me before the end of the week and want a shirt,
Get put in the drawing.
you get half off and you get the drawing. You get the drawing either
You
way.
get the drawing either way, right?
But you get half off before the end of the week, and you just get in the drawing, and you get a 20% discount if you message me. But anyway, until next week, guys, remember, let us know about the show. Go review. Have a good time. Chris, and as always, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And I'll see y'all on the flip side.
We're out.
Later.